which a lot of people have been and not played it. I want to try it. All right, but we're gonna watch this anyway. So this is a GITBNymph versus Aule. Aule's on blue-white heroic. We didn't lose a match in the Swiss, I think. And Nymph is on Hermit Druid, Cephalid Reanimator. So if you're kind of curious here, GITBNymph is gonna dump his whole library into his graveyard via Hermit Druid or Cephalid Illusionist with Shuko, and then try to reanimate a bunch of Karmic Guides into like either a bunch of Karmic Guides into a Flamekin Zealot, and then kind of bring them back with Memory's Journey and just do it all over again. While Aul's just gonna play Heroic Guy, load up, shoot him up, and try to attack for 20. Do I have a prediction? It just depends on how. Like the thing is like Aul's deck is really fast, so it really depends. It's a race. It's literally a race. So I'm gonna assume that Aule has no removal in their deck. So there's no way that like Nymph is gonna. There's no way that Aule is gonna like stop a turn 2 Hermit Druid. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm pretty sure like he doesn't keep a hand. Doesn't have a Hermit Druid or a Cephalid Illusionist. Well, Nymph is keeping a one-lander. That's not good. That, I mean, maybe Nymph had like all the pieces he had they needed, but no lands. So this does not bode well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Puppet strings, huh? Puppet strings are deck? Dang. So Bonds of Faith, my personal favorite card, enchanting all the heroic people are actually humans, if you didn't know that. So Bonds of Faith is like the dual threat of like either +2/+2 or passivism on non-humans. I love that card. It's like one of my favorite cards. So attack for 6 here. Like, Nymph could be dead next turn. So this is yeah. This is kind of what happens. If you just stumble, the heroic decks will just kind of like take over. I'm not thrilled with the keep here. So any spell will kill him. Yeah. There you go. Pretty uneventful thing. But Nymph kept a one lander. I'm not like thrilled about it. The hand must have been like something sick, you know. You have to assume when you keep one landers that or you have to assume that your hand is like I'm never gonna draw another land, so this is my hand. I always like think about that sometimes. Like what happens when I don't draw another land? You know? Especially when you know what your opponent's on. A very fast like deck. But we'll see what Nymph brings to the sideboard. I have no idea what their sideboards are. I would love to just see like fog. Like a straight fog. Just like all you want to do is buy time, right? Maybe like a fog or like a chatty offshoot or something. There's no like I miss Feed the Clan. Feed the Clan needs to be my jam of season 1. But not right now. So we're on to game 2. It might be the quickest finals ever. Deadweight, sure. If he was in a reasonable card. It's a little slow. It is sorcery speed, but it's one of the fewer cards that the 1 mana spell. Another thing about Nymph's deck, which is he's disadvantaged in, is that all their lands are probably tap lands. Because the way that Hermit Druid works is that they need Hermit Druid finds basic lands, so Nymph can't even have basic lands in their deck in order for Hermit Druid to like go off, so to speak. They owe the one lander, but a Scrabbling Claws, that's a fine one lander, I would say. So this is probably the Illusionist here. So now Nymph can dump their whole graveyard when they want with the Shuko. Shuko equips for 0. So Nymph can just do this as many times as they want, targeting the illusionist. We're gonna sit here for a bit while he clicks. Yeah, I mean, the only removal that Aule could have, I mean, now they're blue, so maybe they could have something like Unsummon or Reprisal. I love Reprisal from the board or something. I don't know. Prison Term. And out of if you played the J-Mecha specials, Prison Term stops activated abilities, but it's kind of slow. So we're gonna look at their graveyard. We're gonna look at Nymph's graveyard as it fills up. Let's see if he brought any cool stuff in. Brought some negates. He probably had to anticipate Scrabbling Claw, so he probably brought in some naturalizes. We haven't seen any yet, so they might be in their hand. I don't know about negate, but negate does stop some of like the random shenanigans that comes from a heroic's hand. If it's also like the thing about Evolution is pretty cool that you can kind of like gauge how much you want to do, but I mean they're just going for it. They're just going for it all. No naturalizes. This is interesting. Let's see. So Memory's Journey is in the yard. So if I had to guess, Nymph's hand is Memory's Journey, or like 2 naturalizes, just based on what I saw last game, and maybe like a Stitch Together. Yeah, I would say that's their hand. Because it looks like they bored out a couple of Stitch, like, looks like Nymph bored out at least 1 Stitch Together. Because all the anime dads are in the yard. I don't see how you wouldn't play with 4 Stitch Togethers. So the upkeep of Nymph is gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be like a really interesting kind of dance as to how they want to go about it. I think the first thing you do is on Nymph's upkeep is to naturalize the heck out of the Scrabbling Claws, and then go from there. Because then Aule has to make the choice of, do I hit a flashback spell, or do I hit like an angel, or what? Do I hit like a sire, or what do I do? You make them have the choice, and what if they choose? You just Memory's Journey, like, and then you Memory's Journey. I think that's. I mean, if naturalize is in your hand, that is. I actually don't know what's in Nymph's hand. I just only can assume that they have naturalizes for this matchup. Because if you Memory's Journey here, you give Aule back the power, which you don't want. I think you want to. If you have the capability of killing those claws, you kill the claws first, and then you Memory's Journey. If not, then you, I don't know. You just kind of hope. The only thing about Memory's Journey is really good is that it's a redundant spell, so they can just get redundant copies of whatever they want. So it goes for Nymph goes for 3 animate deads, and now Aule wisely just doesn't even do the claws, so that's fine. I think it's a fine play. So looks like Nymph's gonna just kind of grind through this. So or Nymph's just gonna grind through this 1 Scrabbling Claws. So Aule has to target the Sire here. Or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he like doesn't and just like kills the Sire of Sandy. But yeah, you want a hand. Yep. So he always like produce another land and another Scrabbling Claws to like kind of stay in this game. But I can only imagine that Nymph has another Memory's Journey in their hand. You take this. You definitely take this. You can block. Actually, you could block. But I mean, if you block and they like pump their stuff, then you know the coast is clear. Because there's still like things to worry about, like Purify the Grave. That's a really big card to fear. So you make the trade and you see if they have if they try to save their like heroic guy, then it doesn't matter. They trade. They don't have to give the fear Nymph. If they passes, the Nymph's just gonna go off here. Alright. Looks like Nymph's in the clear here. There's no free spell that would ever stop the graveyard. I'll even like a Palaka Worm right here is just like pretty good. But I think he'll probably just go for the chain here of 15 damage. Or who knows? I mean, I'm wrong. I may be really, really wrong. Technically, it's 16 because it's Shuko. Snapback. I mean, honestly, Snapback would be okay, but Snapback wouldn't be very good against what Nymph is doing, which is reanimating 5 guys at once. Interesting. So Nymph is going for the long game. Now that I realize it, there's only about like they kind of cut a lot of the Karmic Guides. Is Karmic Guide in their hand? So the third card is obviously another Animate Dead. But now the fear of Purified at Grave is here. What are the chances, though? What are the actual chances? I don't know about boarding all these Karmic Guides. How do I feel about that? Yes, Nymph has another Animate Dead. They put 3 in their on top of their library with the Memories Journey. So yes, Nymph absolutely has another Animate Dead. Virgin Scathe, I'm not super jazzed about that because it doesn't really matter. Now, because now you give them again free reign for Nymph to do whatever they want. But I mean, I guess this is what they have to do, kind of survive. Not sure what I would do here. Yeah, the targets for Nymph are really low now because all they have now is just like Karmic Guide into Flamekin Zealot, but they very attack. So you're gonna like Magister Worth here. I know what like Nymph is trying to do, but I would just go for like haymakers in the sideboard games. I wouldn't even like try to mess around like this. Because you could, if you know what the heroic deck's capable of, they could kill you very quick. And you try to play his long game. I don't know if you have like the staying power. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. This draw trigger, because Kaza makes a good point. If this like Clockworm dies, this draw trigger is not like a May. It's a bust. So Memory's Journey from the hand, which I had figured. Oops, 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 oops. Uh, sorry. Memory's Journey targeted Recurring Nightmare. Hidden Strings, okay. The Hidden Strings can target something twice, I believe. Because there's a comma, so you can tap things twice. This is the scary part. See, this is what I'm talking about. This kind of stuff is like scary. Hidden Strings is an instant, is it? That's a sorcery. The bad thing about Cypher spells is that like it only procs on combat damage. So like post combat, like this thing is getting bigger, but it's still gonna be like kind of weird. It would be good if it like Aule had like, you know, a Defiant Strike right here. You're gonna devil. So if gets hit for 6, then Hidden Strings is gonna proc. Probably untaps like the Ooh, I don't know about that. I think I tapped the Hoplite, maybe. The Hoplite to land? I don't know. Let's see what's in their hand. Because now, like, this Hoplite might be big enough. Like, the Hoplite, if you untap the Hoplite, then it becomes like a 7/6. Or it becomes a. I'm sorry, it'll become a 6. It'll become a 5/6, I think? Or it'll be a 6/7. It'll be like, it'll start to, like, deal with, like, the board. Like, how would, like, Nymph punch through, like, a 6/7 or a 7/8, you know? I would have actually, like, double targeted the Hoplite. I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. At least target the Hoplite once. Okay, I don't like this. Because now, like, Nymph can't even, like, oh, is gonna be a negate? I don't know about the recurring nightmare, because Nymph couldn't even, like, use the recurring nightmare right there. Nymph would have had to waited for their upkeep, or the next turn to do something with the nightmare. So I don't know how I feel about that. Just getting the nightmare with the, Memory's Journey. Oh, Bonds of Faith on the Worm. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Heroic just knows how to steal the game out of nowhere. But, this is why I just like taking out the Karma Guide chain of the Flame Zealots. Alright, Aule has one tap this. Oh my god. So I'm like sensing another negate here, basically. That's what this says. This just screams negate. So I think Nymph is gonna lose here, because Nymph has to go for the Memory's Journey, and it's gonna get negated. But I mean, what else is Nymph gonna do? You know, I think this like sideboard game has been really awkward. Like their way was just kind of like get him with one creature. That's not, I don't think the way you beat recurring night or heroic. One creature is not really enough to kill them, because they can just do this like Bond of Faith, or like throw color through their one blocker. You know, they have no other play. I don't know what's in their hand. Maybe they have another Memory's Journey. They had two Memory's Journeys. Excellent. If not, this is like the last hand here. Wow, Memory's Journey actually resolved. This is crazy. This game's been nuts. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Because I think you negate that right there. You negate that and say like, hey, have another Memory's Journey, please. You need to have it right now. This is crazy. I have no idea what's in Eagle's hand. I think maybe it was just posturing. That's a hard posture though. So here goes Magister of Worth. Gonna kill everything. Unless Aeol's decide to do Grace. Which would be silly. Instead they're gonna pick Condemnation. Drawing a card is actually so awkward. It's incredibly awkward. Get that Shuko. This is the combo. The Anime Dead Shuko combo. Who needs... That's the real combo there. Is this card legal? I guess so. Bonds of Faith again, just coming through. This is crazy. This game's been so awkward. I felt like someone should have been dead by now. I'm not sure what order that Nymph put his cards in, but Nymph has a recurring nightmare and a stitch together now. So you probably, I don't know what you do. I think you just see. This is why, like I said, I don't like taking all those karmic guides, because now you don't have that karmic guide chain that you would need right here. No, Nymph still put like they put a nightmare and a stitch together with the Memory's Journey, with the Animate Dead. So now, so now, I don't know. I don't know what you do here. I think you, I'm just not sure how I feel about the sideboard plan of like trying to like grind them out with like 3 cards. I don't think that's the way you beat other aggro decks. I think you just try to kill them as hard as you can. Also, I think having 2 memories journeys is really risky too. I think you need like at least 3. Yeah, this is like it. Like I think like Aule needs to die right here. Aule actually has to die, otherwise this game's over. Yeah, I don't agree with the cyber plan, but I mean, see what happens. I mean, this is a good effort. Yeah. So Aule was a match 2-0. Blue White Heroic wins over Hermit Druid combo. I'm just gonna call it that. That was the hand. That was oh. Now we see. Oh, it had 3 karmic guys in their hand. It sucks. Oh, dude. No wonder. That makes so much sense. I didn't even think about that. That sucks. That was a sweet deck.